Alright guys, so thanks for joining me today. This is a look that we will be doing. I did this with two NYX palettes. It is just a fun introduction to fall because I know we're all so excited to finally be pumpkin spice everything. Let's be real. I know people say, make jokes about how us white girls like our pumpkin spice, but we really can't be mad because it is so true. So I am really excited to do this look with you today, and I hope you stick around so we can play with some makeup together. Thanks. Alright guys, so I think the lighting is a lot better today than it was the other day, and I'm hoping that it makes a difference being closer and more in natural light. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. To save time, I'm going to basically film me putting on one side but not the other, and that way it should speed up the process a little. Okay, so today we're doing a fall look. And we'll be using this NYX Avant Pop in Heart Throb. This one's called Avant Pop in Heart Throb. And we're going to be using the NYX Butt Naked palette for our eyes as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started just with my eyes. There is a good amount of fallout with these products. Not a lot, but enough to notice. So I am going to go ahead and do my eyes first, and then we'll do face makeup afterward. And this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. And this is just a small size. I have quite a few samples of things that I'm trying to work through and decide if I would buy them in a full size. And I'm just going to use the viewfinder for the most part of the camera as my mirror. So if it looks like I'm not looking at you, I swear that I am. Okay. So we're going to start out using the Butt Naked palette. And we're going to use this color down here just to give us a really subtle transition color. Just barely anything. And same on the other side. And then we're going to do just a little bit more, and we're going to go in with this, sort of looks like a chocolate milk color. It's right next to that terracotta color, or that, yeah, it's pretty terracotta. I'm just going to put that right over top. So then to really define and give ourselves a perimeter for our color, we are going to go in with, sorry, I can't remember what shade I used the other day. Oh, it was this one. This kind of like eggplant color. We're using the exact same brush still, and this is a smudge brush from, I keep telling you I'm going to look this up, I keep forgetting. Bow. Yep, see? And you'll probably see my dog in the background. So we're just going to go right in here. We're not going to go all the way over. We're going to do an outer V with the same color. Man, my face is really red today. Now I'm going to do the other eye. Okay, so now that I've done both eyes, I'm just going to take whatever's left on my brush and just kind of drag this in a little bit further. It should give us a little bit of a gradient. You see that just barely coming in here. So now some of the fun is gonna get started. I am going to use this very small brush here from Royal & Langnickel. It's a crease and smudge brush. And I'm actually going to use this flat end here. It's very, very densely packed. And this is just going to help us get the brightness that we're looking for. I'm actually going to get it wet real quick. So if you spray yours and it's like drippy like mine, I just take the back of my hand, like I've got lotion on here still, and I just get a lot of that water off. So your brush is just damp. See? A bunch of water on there. So now from that NYX Avant Pop, I'm going to take this kind of this burnt gold color. And I am putting it on both sides of my brush. And I'm just coming right in here, the inner part of the eye. And I love this color for fall. We want a big impact with this color. Yeah. I'll go ahead and do the other eye. Okay, so now I'm going to take this same brush, this exact same brush. I'm going to leave it with the dampness that it is now. Hopefully it's still damp enough. And we're going to take this terracotta color right next to it. We're not going to use a lot of this, but we're just going to go right next to our burnt gold. I'm sorry, but I think you can hear my dog's tummy. Look at that adorable baby right there. See, and we're just doing a little section. I'm going to do it on the other eye now. So now we're going to bring in some more fun. We are going to be using this, it's a pretty magenta with a little extra purple in it. I'm going to take that. And for this one, we're just going to use the Real Techniques shading brush. It's just purple. Sorry, all the names on my brushes are fading. And we're just going to fill in the rest of the space. We might get this one wet too. And we are going to go this one over our transition shade. I'm going to go ahead and get this one wet as well. So, same thing. Just going to spray my brush. Now, if you're near a bathroom, sorry, my neighbor's washing his car for the 100th time this week. Okay, so I've got my brush damp. Sorry, my dog is really throwing a fit because he can see the neighbor dog is outside without a leash on. And that's so not allowed. Oh, yeah. And you can hear my neighbor yelling. I am going up into that crease with this color. It's just going to help give us a little more dimension and fun playfulness. You see that? So we've just got our burnt gold, that little terracotta color, and then our bright magenta. Okay, so both eyes are done with the magenta. And now I'm just going to wait for both sides to dry. This side is dry, so I'm going to take this big Luxie tapered blending brush. It's just very fluffy. And I'm just going to come right here and just kind of get rid of the harsh edge a little. The other eye's not dry yet, so I'm going to actually go ahead and do the rest on this side. And for this, we're going to go back in with that purple color that we started with. It's not a true purple, but it's just got a little eggplant tint to it. And we're going to give ourselves a new little outline here with this detail brush. You can get this one wet too if you wanted, but it's not necessary. And we're just going to kind of go along our lash line. Like that. And we're also going to take it up into the crease just a little. This is just giving us a little bit of depth. It's kind of like a deformed C. So I'm going to go ahead and blend out the other eye with the tapered brush and do the same in the corner as well as I did on this other eye. You want to see my handsome boy? Look how handsome he is. Okay, you also saw part of my messy room. No judging. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner. I'm going to start with the bottom lash, and I'm going to use this Makeup of the Day waterproof slide pencil. It is in copper or bronze. You could use any brown or bronze or goldy shade that you wanted. And I'm just going to gently line my lower lash line. I'm going to do the other side. Okay, now that I've done my lower lash line, I'm going to use this flat shader brush again. And it even still has a little bit of that orange product left on it. But I am going to re-dip and top my lower lash line with it. It just brightens it a little, gives it a little something extra. Now, both eyeshadow sides are both totally dry. I was kind of waiting. So I'm going to kind of blend the orange into the pink now. And I'm actually just going to use this little crease brush, is what they call it. It's super fluffy, so you can use it to blend as well. To just get in here between the purple and the terracotta color, and I just nicely do a zigzag. So I'm going to do the other eye. Okay, That just helps us get rid of that like super strong line. I'm going to do the same up here too. Okay, now that I've done my lower lash line, I'm going to use this flat shader brush again. And it even still has a little bit of that orange product left on it. But I am going to re-dip and top my lower lash line with it. It just brightens it a little, gives it a little something extra. So I'm going to do the other eye. Okay, now both eyeshadow sides are both totally dry. I was kind of waiting. So I'm going to kind of blend the orange into the pink now. And I'm actually just going to use this little crease brush, is what they call it. It's super fluffy, so you can use it to blend as well. To just get in here between the purple and the terracotta color, and I just nicely do a zigzag. So I'm going to do the other eye. Okay, that just helps us get rid of that like super strong line. I'm going to do the same up here too. And the other eye. See? We still have the orange and the purple, but we're going to get rid of the harsh edges. So now I'm going to do liner on the top. And I'm going to be using this, they call it an intensively precise eyeliner. It's supposed to be waterproof and smudge proof, from Aurora in the color Cinnamon. So it's just got a felt tip. Now you could do this with black eyeliner if you want, or you could do this with any other color, brown or gold or any other fall light color. I'm just going to be using this like brown color. So, like I have shown you how I do my eyeliner before, I always start in the middle and short strokes. And I'm going to just do a tiny wedge. I'm actually going to follow the line that I created earlier with that eggplant shadow. Now you could do a full-on wing if you want. That's not really what I'm wanting right now. So I'm just going to go in and short strokes. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. Okay, so eyeliner's done on both sides. Okay, so this next step I'm just going to add for a little bit of fun. Now, you don't have to add it, and you most certainly can just leave it as it is, or you can add parts of it. I'm actually going to take this Revlon, it is their Photo Ready Eye Art, and I am using the shade Burnished Bling, I think is the color. But it's just this gold. It comes with this just like small brush, and I just have wiped off a lot of the excess, and I'm just going to give myself the slightest little bit of gold glitter over my eyeliner. It's just a little bit. Let me do the other side. I'm just going to layer a little bit more. Oops. Looks like I'm going to be adding a little up here too. Accidents happen. So I'm just going to do the same on the other side. And can't forget the accidental dot that I made. One thing I do like about this is you can add as much or as little glitter as you like. I've actually done a full look with this already on my channel, and I can link it down below too, so you can see how this other side looks. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with some mascara primer. I'm going to use the Smashbox, it's a Smashbox layer. This is another sample size. Whoop, upside down. Another sample size. I'm not sure that I love this primer in a sample, at least. I'm not sure in the real life one. It feels a little bit too dry for me anyway. If you're seeing the brown part on my wand, it's from like fallout on my lashes and stuff before I use this. I'm just going to go in with my the Falsies Push-Up Angel from Maybelline. This is seriously my favorite mascara. I don't know why. I think it just gives me a lot of control, and it's easy to build because I can choose to not have a lot on my brush. I'm going to let this sit, and then we'll do another layer. Okay, I'm going to go in with layer number 2. Not only is this a good fall look, but if you're college colors, like if you're a Washington Husky fan, good for that as well. You could even just do it with a deeper purple, if that's what you preferred. There's 2 layers of mascara on that side. Do my second layer on the other side. Okay. So we are all done with the eyes. So, because this is a fall look, I'm actually going to go ahead and use a light foundation. I know in my last video I said that I was tanner than usual. In this light, I don't look tanner than usual. But I'm actually going to go ahead and use a pretty light foundation. I'm going to be using this NYX, it won't focus, Stay Matte Not Flat, and I'm in the color Ivory. But I'm going to be using this Born to Glow NYX foundation illuminating primer in the color White. And I'm just gonna, it's probably way too much. Back of my hand there. See where I wipe my brush while I'm working? I'm just gonna put this all over. And I didn't have any fallout to clean up like I had anticipated. So I don't need to wipe or brush under. I think it's because I did a lot of wet application, which I normally haven't done with this palette. Now if you have any blemishes, I always recommend stippling your primer over top before you smooth it out. I find it gives you a better workspace. And I'm just gonna take my fingers and blend it all out. I'm just going to go up slightly into my brows. And I'm also just going to prime all my little blemishes on my neck too. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my foundation. I literally am going to put it right here on my hand. And I'm going to use my Real Techniques blending sponge or makeup sponge, stained, but I just cleaned it, so I promise it's not dirty. It's already dampened. And I really do like this foundation a lot. And it's just kind of dab it out before I go in with my sponge. I'm just literally taking whatever's left on my hand and getting it on my face also. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with my blending sponge and blend this all out. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've got my foundation on, and I'm going to go ahead and put on concealer. I'm going to be using this NYX concealer. Sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. It is the Gotcha Covered in Ivory. And this is supposed to be waterproof. I don't know if it's waterproof. Take a a little on the back of my hand. I'm going to be applying this with my fingers because I think the heat from my fingers really just helps blend it out. So I generally literally just dot over all the areas. Now if I'm concealing a big area because it happens to be like just a red area, then I will go in with a brush. But when I'm concealing blemishes specifically, I like to dab with my finger. So I'm just going to start patting those out. And I've also found that if you have a zit that has not like a pimple head on it, but like is a little bit more, I hate to use the word crusty, but that's the word I'm going to use, then Beauty Blender like just removes the product from the top of it. Okay, so we're now concealed, and I'm going to go in with some powder. I'm going to be using my L'Oreal True Match. It is like totally hit pan, almost gone. It is in C1 Alabaster, and I like this because I'm actually going to be putting it on with this Real Techniques. It's a blush brush, but I just want a big fluffy brush because my skin is very warm naturally. So anything that I can do to kind of neutralize that, I will. And that's why I like this powder, because it helps neutralize my pink or warm undertones. I realize it's supposed to be for people with a cooler skin tone to start, but it works for me in this way just as well. Let's see, if you've seen me put on makeup before, I always start with a dabbing motion. Now I just do a good swirl. And really make sure you set anything that you put on your neck as well. Sorry, my dog is whining because my husband left to go with the kids to do a Pokemon raid, and they took one of the dogs with them, but not him, because my daughter wanted to take one of our little dogs, Carmilla. Okay, so I am all set. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows real quick, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my eyebrows done. I went ahead and used the NYX Precision Brow in the color Auburn. Just has like this pointy end. And so now I'm going to go in with contour. I'm going to be using my Tarte Park Avenue Princess. This is a little set that I got, and I use this pretty much. This is my go-to contour, and I'm just going to be using this e.l.f. It's like a wedge-shaped brush. I really like my Real Techniques one, but I washed my brushes last night and it's just a little damp still, so I'm gonna use this one. This one's not a bad one. I just really love my Real Techniques one. Alright, so just going to blend that out. And then I just also blend like this. I'm going to do the other side. Do the other side real quick. Okay, so now the rest of my face products I'm going to be using the Butt Naked palette for. And I'm using the slide out drawer here. I think I'm just going to go I'm going to start with this really light one right here. And I don't think there's any names for my blush. And like I said, I always just start circling before it even drops. I'm do the same on the other side. And for highlighter, because I'm going with this kind of like warmer look and such a light blush, I'm going to do this more peachy highlighter in that same Butt Naked palette. And just a teeny bit. I'm basically trying to make it look like we were just outside, like in the pumpkin patch or something, and this is just a natural flush. So that is it with the face. So I don't think it'd be a fall look if we didn't do a nice deep lip color. You could choose to do a lighter lip if you want. I'm just going for it because I haven't been able to wear a deep lip color all summer, and I just really want to. So I'm just gonna go for it. So I wish I could tell you the color that I'm gonna be using, but it is gone. It's not on the bottom, nothing on it. It is a Wet n Wild color. It's one of their ones in the black one. It is a kind of a wine color. Looks like that. I'm going to be using it with this pencil, which I also wish I could tell you who made it, but I got it in an Ipsy bag and everything is super worn off. But it's also a wine color too. It's the one on the bottom. So I'm going to start with that. And I always start right here at my Cupid's bow, and I just make an X. And generally start in the center, on the bottom as well. And I'm overdrawing just slightly. I'm connecting that. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't ever fill in all the way. But I just like feather it inward, if that makes sense. In time for the loops. This I'm actually going to pull out a little mirror for. There's my doggy again. He's so cute. It's even more overdrawn than I was planning on. Sometimes that happens. So I'm going to go back in with my lip liner. Now if I can find the link to this or the shade name, I will go ahead and leave it in the description bar down below. So I have really small lips naturally. So sometimes when I do dark colors, I do overline this a little more than I normally would do, but I decided to go with it anyway. And that is the finished look. Okay, so this is the finished look. I actually think it turned out very nice. I like the wine kind of vampy lip a lot. It's been a while since I've been able to do that. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I hope you guys had fun playing with makeup with me today, and I hope you come back another time. Thanks, like and subscribe.